Good morning, traders. This is today's Traders Daily Discipline. Today is Wednesday, the 30th of July. Boy, this year is flying by for me. I don't know how it is for you, but I've noticed in just the past few weeks that time is just flying by. I hope that's good. A lot of times we get a change in our thinking that'll happen due to time being spent certain ways and directions. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to discuss that at some point a little deeper. But I just want to encourage everybody to remember that it's one day at a time in this business. And today's one day is Wednesday, the 30th of July. So let's get right to work. I want to use this quote to get us started with today's Traders Daily Discipline. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. And that comes from, of all people, Thomas A. Edison, which is a household name even still today. He's passed away almost 100 years ago, and he's most remembered, of course, for inventing the light bulb. But the story behind the light bulb actually is kind of intriguing. For those of you that don't know it, um, his idea was really a very good one, which was to figure out how to make an incandescent light bulb work. It was a very simple idea, which was, the ember that glows in a fire is where he kind of got the idea from. But what happened is, as electricity was passed through the filament of the bulb, everything kept burning out right away. I mean, it would start to glow and then it would burn out. And so he knew he was onto something, and he thought the problem was the filament. So he tried little more than 10,000 different things to use, everything you can think of, horsehair, cotton balls, pieces like matchsticks of wood, pretty much anything that he could get his hands on to create a filament for light bulbs. And he tried over 10,000 times. And then somebody brought him to, I guess, was sitting down with him, or was he was concerned about why this isn't working and knew the idea could work. And somebody said to him, well, uh, the concept is great, but it seems to be it has to do with burning. Maybe if you remove the oxygen from the light bulb, whatever it was in there that's glowing wouldn't burn, and then it wouldn't, burn out. Never thought of that. So he went ahead and built a contraption to pump the air out of his light bulbs. So when he did that, he got a very good glow for a period of time, and then it would burn out again. So he thought maybe he was close to solving the problem, but not quite there. And after he gave it more thought, he realized what had happened is that after you pump all the air out of the bulb to create a vacuum, everything that's inside the bulb will have some residual, I guess you'd say, gases available to come out of their material. So, since he knew that, he went ahead and pumped all the air out of the bulb, waited for about a couple, 3, 4 minutes, and then turned the pump on again. And at that moment, he had a light bulb that would work. So he went through 10,000 different failures trying what he thought was the right solution, which he thought was the filament, when in fact the issue was the filament was burning, and he was removing oxygen from the equation, which made the incandescent process work properly. Um, what I thought was fascinating about that is that he got stuck on the bulb and the filament for 10,000 iterations before he finally figured it out. How many traders get stuck trying to figure out something, lose money consistently, can't understand why they're losing money because they're stuck trying to figure something out, instead of accepting the fact that what we are doing is playing in a world of probabilities. The only reason prices move is because there's an order flow imbalance. It doesn't matter what price that order flow imbalance occurs at, And you cannot predict that order flow imbalance because you don't know what traders are going to put what orders into the machine at what time. You don't know that. No one knows that. No one will ever know that. So what prices are going to trade, we don't know. We can't predict that. But we think we can predict it. So have you met a trader who's stuck on trying to figure out what overbought, oversold means? And they spend hours studying everything they can on indicators and oscillators and all this stuff, all of which is based on price. And price, of course, can't be predicted. People think it can, but it can't. So they're stuck. They're stuck trying to figure something out when in reality, if they change their focus from trying to figure out a problem that really doesn't exist to what am I really trying to accomplish here? What you're really trying to accomplish, guys, is getting on the right side of the order flow. So if you're using something that has nothing to do with order flow understanding and can't help you find order flow, then why are you using it? If you can't predict prices, then any kind of price oscillation device, any kind of prognostication using some formula that involves price as its main mediator, if you are using that kind of a product or a tool, it's never going to help you. That's why you can't make winning trades as often as you thought you can. And that's why you'll make a winning trade on one day, but you can't on the next day using the exact same process. So now you're getting confused and you're stuck. What I would suggest you do is stop working in the wrong direction, turn around, come back to the right direction, and find out what you're missing. That's just a little tiny, small little thing you need to understand. And that's the kind of thing I like to help people with. So I want to encourage you to try my website and maybe take a look at some of my material, perhaps maybe read one or two of my books, and find out if there is really some truth to this whole concept that you can't analyze prices, and maybe there's a better way of doing this. And you can find that. You don't have to quit, and you don't have to be a failure at this. If you're not making the money that you know you could be making, it's probably a very simple little thing that you need to change. And I bet you we can find that together if you want to look for it. So, guys, have a great day. It's the middle of the week. We have 2 more wonderful trading days left. And let's see if we can't reach a new high in equity by Friday. Guys, have a great day.